It looks like we're live on a Wednesday afternoon. How is everybody doing? We're halfway through the week. Some of us a little further, but I hope everybody is good. Been looking forward to today. Y'all, hope everybody's having a good week. Hope you got some good stuff on your table. Got some fun stuff to talk about. In fact, it's like 9 pages here. Probably not going to get to most of it. But already we've got some great friends. Brian Woodward, Virginia. Very cool. Jerry King. Jerry, I'm glad you're with us. Daniel Reach at the ER. I'm sorry to hear about this, but passing the time by hanging with Chuck, that sounds like it could be worse. We're going to keep our fingers crossed, Daniel. You'll get some prayers from us. Hoping everything's okay, but keep us in the loop on that one. Let's see, Mark Watts. Mark, you brought this up. You really? Okay, this must have been the reason I made popcorn. Okay, now I'm going to have popcorn on my mind until I eat some. We've had to ban all the shows all the cooking shows in our house, or the dives, diners, and drive-in. We've had to ban them because I can't. Once you see these foods, you can't. It doesn't go away until you get these. So anyway, but I hope the popcorn's good. I'll make some tonight, and I'll think about you, Mark. Alan 56 is in the shop from Oklahoma. Alan, hope you're doing all right. Bandit Blades, there we are. Let's see, got a question. How many layers are just too much for a wallet and best thickness to use for each? I tend to like a 3 to 4 ounce exterior, 2 to 3, or maybe a 1 to 2 for our pockets. Leathers can stack so fast, but it depends. Bifold, trifold, biker wallet. I'd say 1 to 2. We've got a kip skin, which I absolutely love. I think it's a 1 to 2 ounce. It's a little expensive, but it's gorgeous. In fact, the flesh side is so pretty. I don't want to put glue on it. But at the same time, the wallets, there's the cheap wallets where they've got the slots in them, but nobody took the time to sew across the bottom of the slot. So every credit card just goes to the same depth. Those make me crazy. Anyway, I might say 1 to 2 interior, maybe a 3 to 4 exterior, depending on the wallet. But Bandit Blades, great question, and a common question too. Sam Lee's with us. Sam, I hope you're doing all right. Brother B Videos with us from San Diego. Just found out I can't get Pro Dye shipped to California. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. It is a major problem with California. I think a swivel knife has to have a Proposition 65 label on it because something in there could be carcinogenic. It's nuts. It's nuts. And I understand now if Iowa doesn't give the pigs more personal space, they're going to quit selling bacon in California. That's enough to leave the state. That's enough to say I've had it, I'm done, I'm gone. But anyway, I'm sorry to hear that. Most people will, call a friend that maybe lives across the border, get stuff to ship to them, drive over, spend a weekend, have a great time, and bring some great stuff back home. The water-based, not a fan, never have been. For so many reasons, but we've talked about that. But Brother B Videos, I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe you can figure out a way to get the good stuff in there. I hope so. I'll keep my fingers crossed on that. Ricky Bird, Northeast Georgia, not far from me. Let's see, Pete Morrissey. Oh, good early morning, Pete. I bet it is. I'm honored that you're with us at that time of night. I really am. Thank you for that. All the great names, Mr. Pilot 737. Doing well on this end. I hope you are too. So very cool. Dean, got my popcorn and a beer. Life is good. Life is good. All right. So let's see. Yeah, Peter. All right. Cape Town. Popping in for a few minutes. Been catching up on the Thursday morning spring here. So warming up. Oh, spring. It's a good time. I'm not sure if I always thought fall was my favorite season because the holidays, it's cooling off. The leaves are changing, craft fairs, Charlie Brown. I think it's Charlie Brown Halloween, the Great Pumpkin. To me, that kicks off the season. I think I've watched that every year my whole life. It just kicks off the season. But spring, come on, right? It's spring. We're over the cold. We're back to t-shirts and sweats and flip-flops. It's a hard call. I kind of could do spring and then maybe go straight into fall and maybe straight back into spring. Because after the first, after New Year's, it's just winter here. And I mean, we don't even have great winters in the South. It's just cold. And we may get a little snow, we may not. But anyway, I'm glad you're going into spring. Very cool. Let's see, Jim Jenkins, Wakanda, Illinois. Jim, I hope you're doing good. Let's see, I'm going to jump over here. We got a couple of things to talk about. So, in the U.S., we're coming off of Labor Day, 3-day weekend. And if we work for a living, 3-day weekend is like gold in our hands. But I got to spend it at Dragon Con. I won't go into whole detail here. We've talked a little bit about this, but a couple of really cool things happened. Okay, first off, 88,000 people in Atlanta. And that's a lot of people in like a 7 or 8 square block area. Hotels are packed, lobbies are parties, there's bartender, there's a DJ 24/7 for like 5 days. Anyway, 24/5. How about that? Right. Anyway, so I get there early Saturday morning, like 7:45. My panel is at 1, and we talked about leather. Great people. Anyway, got to get a parking spot because I got to hump a suit on. I'm not going without samples. Not going to do it. So I got to hump a hand truck I got a suit of armor broken down. I got an armor stand. I got a big bin of samples. Got my briefcase, right? My coffee. I got to hump this stuff across. So I need to get close. So the parking lot I always aim for is catty corner to the Hilton. I can just see my hand cart right in the middle of busy Peachtree just exploding. It's a nightmare. I haven't not experienced yet. Anyway, the point is, so I got up to the badge office, got my badge at like 8:05, got back to the truck, loaded up all my samples, got those all the way to the panel rooms, set up the armor, no badge. Oh, crap. I've never lost a badge. Oh, Lord. So I spent a couple of minutes looking for it. You can't get in anything down there without a badge. Man, so go all the way back up to the Marriott, uphill, of course. Everything's uphill in downtown. I walk in, my head's low. I'm thinking, what am I going to tell these people? How much is it going to cost? This is a major issue. I get up to the counter. I said, y'all, I lost my badge. She says, oh, your badge is right here. Somebody just turned it in. My badge made it back before I did. Welcome to Dragon Con. Welcome to Costume People. The most honest, creative, friendly. Love these people. Anyway, so I'm down Saturday. I get in early. And it's like, it's not Dragon Con. It's not slim. There's people there, but it's not the mass. So, okay, Sunday, my panel is at 5:30. Yeah, the brain at work here. I think, all right, well, I'll leave the house at about 3. Should put me downtown at about 4. I got to downtown and went, oh, crap. Everybody showed up on Sunday. Now, I think the final totals, and I just heard this on the news, was 60,000. I think somewhere in there. Oh, crap. The parking lots are full. Oh, I've screwed myself. No. Luckily I found one parking spot in that parking, $40 a day. Ow. But, it's adjacent. Anyway, 2 great panels, talking about leather and costuming. Great people. The first panel, the room seats, I think about 300 to maybe 350. And it was about maybe 70% full. That was on Saturday. Again, I'm thinking, it's easier. I even got in the vendor hall. That's almost impossible without an hour wait. I've got a Star Trek communicator for our neighbor across the street. Big original series fan. Anyway, second panel Sunday, packed. Every seat taken, 300 plus people in there. Great questions, great costumes. Here's one more great point, and I'll move on from Dragon Con. Met a fan, Rachel. I hope you're watching, Rachel. She gave me one of the coolest things I've ever gotten at Dragon Con. It's a little button, and you probably can't read it. I'm going to put this somewhere on my costume, period or not. I don't care. This is going on my costume because it says I bled on this costume. Right? Yeah, costuming is neither comfortable nor painless, right? But thank you, Rachel. If you're watching, thank you for that. That's the coolest thing. I'll find a special place for that. So anyway, Dragon Con, great time there. Next piece of business, and I hate this. I'm going to take vacation next week. I've heard of these. I've seen some compelling video, but again, it's like Bigfoot. I'm kind of on the fence as to whether these exist or not. So I'm going to take a firsthand look. The point is, we're not going to be here next Wednesday, and that kills me because we missed, what did we miss, 2 or did we miss 3? Like 52 or 54 weeks did not miss a single live, and it's a burr. under my skin to miss a week. I missed y'all. I missed being with y'all, and I missed doing this. All right, so the boss, bless her heart, when we missed a couple of weeks ago, she said, hey, let's do something for everybody. She's going to do that again. So first and foremost, a big thank you from every one of us for being loyal to Weaver and the lives and our videos. It is just a pleasure, y'all. You don't know. You really don't know how much it means. So what we're going to do, so I'm not here next week, but what we'll do is a 10% off site-wide with the promo code Chuck10, CHUCK10. So from Monday to Friday, site-wide. I'll also put this on the fan page. I'll get this on the fan page so I can hopefully let as many people know as possible, because that kills me. Thinking somebody shows up at 3 and I'm not there. That kills me. So hopefully that'll help. That'll help. 10% site-wide. And the boss came up with this. Great boss. Great company. At work, there's always, and no matter where you work, there's always that one person. It's not bad. Most of us, we kind of sync. Sometimes it's just this, right? And that one person we just don't sync with. There's not a single person at Weaver that I feel that way about. And I'm not kidding. I think the world of every person in that building. I always said, and this is funny, I left a company where nobody was happy. And I went to a company where everybody's happy. I'm a little freaked out. I don't know how to handle this, but I love Weaver. I love my company. And y'all, thank you for your loyalty to us. It means more than you know. So let's see. Okay. Excuse me. There we go. All right. Don't want to get hoarse right off the bat. Let's see. All right. Going to jump back over here for just a second because I'm missing a lot of these. Going to try to keep a little better handle on this. Brother B videos are responding to Mark Watts. I don't trust air I can't see. Gene Hackman. Yeah. From the Crimson Tide. That's a good one. Good movie reference there. Peter is with us. Peter, I know. I don't know what's going here. I was really happy to see that Dragon Con was just packed. Now, people wearing masks, absolutely, and it was a definite, but I didn't see any social distancing. I mean, we were packed in there like normal, but it was so good to see us coming out, absolute coming out and being happy, spending some money with the vendors. They rely on these shows. It was good to see it. Everybody was happy and great costumes. I know I'm back on Dragon Con. One more quick story because this is funny, and this wasn't this year, but this was maybe, 2 years back, maybe. Anyway, I'm walking between buildings, going from somewhere to somewhere, and I see a guy walking this way, and costume people everywhere. Probably 80% of the people there have at least some level of costume. Some are full on. I mean, full on, right out of the movie. Anyway, a guy's walking up this way. He's got on a beautiful suit, a well-made, well-tailored suit, beautiful haircut, shoes. He's carrying a briefcase, but I noticed he's got a leather strap across his chest. I was thinking, well, after I passed, I'm like, well, that's odd. What else does he carry? I looked around. He's got a Captain America shield on his back, a real one, metal. It was cool. That's typical of Dragon Con. There's one more thing I was going to say pertaining to that. Oh, the parade. I put one of the videos on the fan page. Oh, but there's so many. The Mach 5, Ghostbusters, Big Crew, the 300. They had a bunch of people. I think it's the 501st. They were there en masse. But one I thought that was funny was one group in the parade. Their banner said Dragon Con over 40. Get off our lawn. All right. I thought that was hilarious. Get off our lawn. Okay, so enough there. Let's see. Chris Gould is with us. Chris, I'm glad you're with us today. Good to hear from you. Mark Watts, all right. Oh, Mark, 4 hours and it's Thursday here. Very nice. Getting close. Yeah, it's hump day. Hump day. It's good. We're downhill from here. Downhill from here, and the weekend's coming up. Man, it's the little things that mean so much. And let's see. Rob Scroggins, I hope you're doing all right. Let's see. Oh, okay. I had minimized the window waiting for the video to start. I was working on some stuff for work. Got to be done, right? And about jumped out of my skin when it started. Rob, I hope you're doing all right. We're okay now. Yeah, good. James Crandall. Oh, good. New to leathercraft. Uh, from hand tool woodworking. James, I think I've got a comment from you from last week saying exactly that same thing. Any good beginner sets? Um, yes, we have two great beginner sets, and the reason I say that is I helped with buildings. I'm not they're great because I helped. No, they don't have any fluff in them. So many of the kits have stuff, have crap I got no interest in. Right? My point with the kits is figure out kind of what you want to do. What's your first project? What you want to make? Then build your tools or your own kit around that. So therefore, you're not blowing money on stuff that doesn't matter, on fluff. And that's what I've always called it, fluff. You're buying tools specific, but you're going to use those same tools over and over and over. What's happening is you're putting money to exactly where you need it. We earn that money. It's hard to earn. Let's don't waste it on stuff we don't want. But all told, we've got a great sewing kit and we've got a great beginner kit, and they're both perfect. So try those, but also, what do you want to make? And then build your tools starting there. See if that helps, James. But I'm glad you're with us. Glad you're here with us. Ready to start shooting us with us? Very cool. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. We had let's see. Jim Jenkins, Chuck, read from the sheet. No, it's just an opinion of what we should be talking about. It's like a speed limit sign. That's just somebody's opinion, right? Or instructions on how to build something. Somebody else's opinion of how you should do it. Thanks, Tim Taylor, for that one. Okay, let's see. Donald Patterson from Tennessee, not far. Boy, that's a beautiful state. Roland Bonnet's with us. Very cool. Yeah, okay, Chris School. Car fixed, table half completed for new workstation. Leather on the way. Life is good. It's a blast to build a new shop, Chris. You got to put a picture of it on the fan page. Carl Christensen, very nice. Y'all, we're seeing a bunch of new names. I'm so glad to hear that. On that, let's jump over here for a quick minute. Now, these are just some hellos, just people from last week, new names or folks we haven't seen in a while. And I hope this is right. Chancree. Let's see. Hello, Chuck. I've just started leathercraft and I am loving it. From Guernsey, Channel Islands. Chancree, I hope you have a blast. I hope it's a craft you literally enjoy your entire life. Let's see, Andrew Perry. Andy from Wales. Andy from Wales is with us. Rudolph Hadding from South Africa. Nice. Terry Douglas, let's see, from Missouri. Okay, David, I'm going to butcher your name. And I'm so sorry. Let's see, David Van de Vinvoord. Wicklow, Ireland. I hope you're doing well. Excuse me. There we go. The boys didn't want to work with us today. We'll get over it. James Crandall, first live. Yeah, James. In fact, there's your note from last week, creating a good beginner kit. With woodworking, our crafts are almost exactly parallel. When you sit down and think about it, the steps are almost identical. I hope you're having a great time with it. Sounds like you are. All right, John Taylor, Toccoa, Georgia, not far from me. Dahuman, I knew to leathercraft and I got veg tan for the first time, but forgot to get any type of stain. What should I do? I've seen some people say wood stain. Oddly enough, the wood folks tend to like the leather stains and leather dyes. You don't have to dye a project. In fact, my first real full-blown project was a pseudo armor made from scraps. Talk about a Frankenstein project. Yeah, I called it Frankenstein. Looked great, natural. It's going to light fade. It's going to pick up some oils. Now, as your next step, now you can start working into some dyes. Pro dye. Go pro, and you'll never go back. I'm not kidding. I had a guy on the panel say, well, I called the pro dyes the clown colors. Yeah. He's using water-based dyes. No. Anyway, so go pro. You'll never go back. You'll love the pro dyes. Use a leather balm. Watch any of our videos. I use both of those. You can't believe how easy it is to dye and top coat and get a piece of leather that looks just like it was dyed at the tannery. So see if that helps. Let's see. The Killer Husky. I'm starting to learn leather working and testing stuff out. There it is. And it's amazing. How cool is that? I agree. I think we all agree on that one. right? We can all agree on that one that it's amazing. Let's see. I think this is Carl B. Little, Cambridgeshire, Carl B. Littleport. Please excuse me. Cambridgeshire, England. Hopefully you're back with us, Carl. And based Texan. You're the reason I got into leathercraft, Chuck. Thank you for all the amazing videos. No, it is my pleasure. Thank you. Thank all of y'all for watching these. Again, thanks for being so loyal to us. It means more than you know. All right, so those were just some hellos from last week. Some new names we haven't seen in a while. I've got some comments from last week, probably a bit fewer. Let's see. Let's scan down here. I want to keep an eye out from over here. James Madrano. James is with us. James, I hope you're doing well. Laredo, Texas. Chet Lowry, Nebraska. Very cool. Daniel Bennett. Stanley Waldo. How are you doing, Stanley? Again, not far from us here in Georgia. Let's see. Double X. Is wallet leather the same as sheath leather? It kind of depends. There's a chrome tan and a veg tan, and we've got a good video on the difference between the two and some good samples. But your chrome tans are more your garment upholstery leathers, where veg tans, they're a little bit more stiff, a little bit more body. Go slow down, right? We've met. Veg tans are available in all kinds of weights. In fact, I've got a 37-ounce piece of leather here, where chromes are typically your lighter weights because they're made for sofas or recliners or car seats or pants. Right. So typically you can go with a veg tan for a sheath. Old school says you don't want to put a knife or a gun in a holster or sheath made of chrome tans. Well, that's changed. And I think I'm changing with that. And the reason is the metal, the finish on guns now or knives, typically a little bit better, maybe not so much a finish on knives, but also too, chromes have changed. The tannage for the chromes have changed. So that rule probably doesn't exist anymore, but it's more about the weight with your veg tan, the weights, the ability to mold, dye, stamp, tool, antique. Yeah. So yeah, watch a couple of I've got an older video on the difference between chrome and veg. See if that helps. But nonetheless, Double X, thank you for asking. Great question. Sam Lee, doing good. Thanks, Chuck. Hope you are too. Doing well. It's going to be a good day, I hope. Scotty Ferris, hello from Texas. Hello right back to Texas. Grew up in East Texas. Absolutely did. And miss it. Miss it immensely. Miss the people, the geography, the hill country. Oh, man, that is just beautiful. South Texas, North Texas, Amarillo. I think you can see Amarillo 2 hours before you ever get there. It's that flat, but wide open and beautiful. So love Texas, but I'm glad you're with us. Let's see. Okay, Dave Ireton. Y'all, again, if I mess up your name, to me, that's the rudest thing you can do. Sorry. But Dave, all right, quick question. How do you deal with the long thread when stitching a belt? Any suggestions? Yeah, it's going to be long. I do that. I want plenty of length on my thread. First off, because as it moves through the leather, it's going to pick up some of the dye. So we've got a long leader. We can trim that off, never see it. But secondly, try this. Start in the center of the belt and work your way out on both sides. That helps a lot. Still going to be a long piece. I'm going to do about maybe about 4 times my length, depending on how thick the belt is. But if you work your way out from the center, then you can tie your knots on the ends. You'll never see those. You'll never see a double stitch. That helps a lot. We could always do shorter, do 2 feet. And so what would 2 feet be? About 5 inches at a time. That's the way it was done in the old days because we use flax. Flax is only about that. The fibers are only about that long. Well, we determined that if we use some wax, then multiple fibers will stick together, making it much, much stronger, right? Well, but the problem there is with flax, we're going to sew 4 inches or 3 inches and stop. So 3, not. What a headache. What a pain in the butt. The problem is hiding our knot, and we can do that. I've seen one gentleman, I think on the fan page, that left a small area unglued. He was lining 2 pieces, left a small area unglued, dropped his knot in there, dropped in some contact cement, sealed it. Worked pretty good. But to me, I just like to go from the center out, see if that helps. I like that look. I like the look of no back stitches or double stitches. So see if that's good information for you. Let's see. Let's see. Terry Douglas, been a while. Good to see you all. Hey, from Missouri, Terry, glad you're back with us. And y'all jump in when you can. When you can. I know we all work for 11 and 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Not the perfect time for us all, to kick back, put our feet up, get a cold beer, or a hot cup of coffee, and watch the live. We didn't expect this going so worldwide. We didn't see that coming. Totally happy, totally bowled over by that fact, but it just wasn't a thought. So we're sticking at 3 simply for the consistency of it. We jumped around a little in the beginning. Consistency. I mean, we're leather crafters. Consistency is part of our life, right? So we're going to stick here, I believe. I hate it if you can't see it live, but always on YouTube. We'll be there. It'll be on YouTube. So drop in your questions and comments there as well. Also, one thing, and lest I forget, I always leave the comment section open for a couple minutes after we finish. Just if I can't see all of these, they're just whizzing by. Thank you, right? Job security there. But if you have a question or a comment and I just didn't see it, drop it there at the end. I always see those. But following week, I go through these one at a time. In fact, that's where this comes from. So I will see your comment. But if you got a question, you got a project on your table, and you need an answer right now, go to the fan page. Drop that in. You'll get 20 responses in no time. And you're going to get some great answers from great people. For folks that are new, you just walked into a family full of people that cannot wait to help you out and give you advice because they love this and they know you will too. And they're just dying to get you up and running. I'm the same way. If there are 4 leather people in a room, you're going to get 8 opinions of how you should do this. And you're going to hear every one of them, but they're all solid. They're all good techniques, tried and true from everybody. So y'all, thanks for helping out. Thanks for helping out too. All right. So from last week, got some great comments. It's only 8 or 9 of these, but you'll see why I want to bring these up. So how cool is this right off the bat? Bridget Benson, and Don Leadner, I hope that's right. They're just talking about, hey, if you're in either city, call me, let's get together. How cool is that? Bringing people together. Now, leather crafters, we're kind of lone wolves. We typically work in our shop by ourselves. I have friends and whatnot come over, and they'll work on a project now here and there. I've got 1 or 2 full-on leathercraft friends that will come over and we'll spend an evening in the shop, but that's kind of rare. We kind of lone wolf it out here. To be able to get together with other people, what a blast. We'll get together, have something good to eat, visit, have a good cold beer or get a hot cup of coffee, just talk. That is a blast. And if that's a benefit of this live, win, 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 and win. How about that? Okay, this is funny because I have to bring this one up. Mark Carey. Mark, I hope you're with us this week. I see a piece of leather or a side, particularly when it's on sale. Absolutely, right? And I think to myself, that's going to make a great whatchamacallit. That's it. If anybody, I bought pieces of leather just because they were beautiful. I no idea what I'm going to use them for. It's just a gorgeous piece of leather. Mine, right? Yeah. Mark, thank you for a great comment on that. Okay, also, here's a little housekeeping because Bridget Benson again. Let's see, tried to post some inspiration photos on the fan page from the Kentucky Horse Park Museum, and it wasn't approved. Taken care of. Night for Today watches out for us on this. And thank you, Night for Today, for doing that. But yeah, if you got an issue, drop it up here. Drop it up here. It will be taken care of. But also, if you have an issue with us or the live, or you want to see a video on a certain topic or leather element on a certain topic, drop it right here. Boss is going to see it. One comment will move mountains, and I've seen that before. For anybody that's new, I used to work at a radio station, long story short, or short story long. Anyway, we used to, I produced one of the morning shows. I came in at 4:30 in the morning. I consider that still part of yesterday. Anyway, so I'd read the news. I'd record the news, and then we'd play it at the top of the hour for each of the 3 hours. Somebody emailed it, or somebody called in, I think at that point, called in and said, Hey, why do you keep doing that? Why don't you? Yeah, we did. The boss saw it, said, change it. And we did. We changed the way it was done. One comment can move mountains. And I fully believe that. Okay, so let's see. One more. There we go. All right, Odin Leather Goods. We did this is funny all right. We did a 10-hour stamping event a few years back at a music festival. We had 12 stations. I could still hear the hammering 3 days later. That's what a blast. But at the same time, I always say, if we're going to do, like a class with the Cub Scouts or the 4-H, you can give them like 10 tools and a couple of scraps. They're good for 45 minutes to an hour. The problem is it takes some Tylenol. So on my list, yeah, mallets, tools, leather, Tylenol. Yeah. And you're also your knuckles, because some of the kids, you're going to show them how to do the stamp. You'll hold the stamp and man, they'll just, oh boy, there goes a knuckle. But it's a lot of fun. They have a great time with it. They really do. And it's a nice payoff. It really is to see them do that. So, okay, just comments from last week. Let's jump back over here. Kevin Walsh, hope you're having a great day. Right back to you, Kevin. Thank you for being with us. BJB Leather Design and Company with Billy Bellis. Hello, right back. Glad you're with us today, y'all. It is an honor and a pleasure. Yeah, Judith Heslop. Hola from New Mexico. Hola, right back. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have these on the site. It's a cool shirt. It's a Master Tool shirt. We have these on the website. Yeah, okay. The Ant-Man 303 FFS. Very cool. BW, howdy from Raleigh. They're not too far away. Boy, North Carolina is a beautiful state. Do a lot of backpacking up in Western North Carolina. Love it. Eagle. Oh, yeah. Anyway, okay. So, Lorraine Weeks, the UK is with us. We've got a bunch of viewers in the UK. Y'all get together, form a group, a guild. That would be a lot of fun. Let's see. Dan Gauthier. Again, Dan, I hope that's right. Been working 3 weeks straight, missed every live. Not today. I took the day off. Everybody deserves a day off. I know exactly what you mean. Excuse me. Yeah, Carl Christensen helping out XX. Y'all, thank you for that. Thank you for helping folks out. It's hard to see every comment. And in all honesty, I think it'd probably be hard to answer every question. We could be here for hours. Now, from what I understand from most folks, that would be fine, right? But again, I feel like, we're going to talk for a while, but after 4, give or take, I feel like we're kind of, we're chewing up time. We got work. We got families. We got a home. In fact, Labor Day, I worked labor. I did labor. Saturday con, Sunday con. Monday, every fall, I wash the outside of my house, the exterior, just because we get a little mold and whatnot through the summer. I wash it in the fall, so it's good, for at least until midsummer. But I think it's like a 20-foot extendable pool brush, because on one end of our house, it's a 1-story, but then I got a basement, 1-story, and then a bonus room. So on that end, it's like, I don't know, 25 feet. This thing fully extended. I can reach it, but it just barely. But boy, what a comedy show that is. Let's see. That's Lance Rourke. So what you're saying is summer sucks. I agree. Now, no, not really. I love summer. I do. I love being able to just jump up, throw on a t-shirt, some shorts, and I'm there. The winter, boy, you got to bundle up. It takes me a little while to kind of get used to wearing, long hoodies and all that and going outside. It takes me a little chance. But it's funny once spring comes around again, it's fun to be able to start to shed that. But yes, part of summer here in Atlanta can suck. It's hot. I always heard, somebody explain humidity, to somebody from a place that's not very humid, take a shower and immediately dress. Don't dry off. Just immediately put your clothes on. It's kind of accurate. It's like a hothouse outside right now. I think we're just mid-80s, but we've got thunderstorms moving through, and that's the worst thing. All summer, the storms develop in the afternoon, hot as it can be through the day. Thunderstorm comes in, cools it off. Thunderstorm goes away. The sun hits. Now it's hot and humid. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to leather. Let's see. Guppy Street. Hey, Chuck from South Louisiana. I hope y'all are okay after Ida. I hope you're okay. Boy, that just carved a swath all the way across the U.S. right up to the Northeast. Man, that thing dumped a lot of rain on us. Brought some hot temps too. All that Gulf, it just sucks all that Gulf air up through our country. Let's see. Connie Darling, very cool. Finally managed to catch a live. I hope it's worth your time, y'all. I hope this is worth your time. So, okay, let's do this. Let's jump back over now the fan page. If you haven't found this, it's a Chuck Dorsett fan page on Facebook. You're gonna love it. It's not about me. Actually, not at all. If you have a question, you're gonna get some great answers. But also look at all the great projects that people post. Out of the box projects out of left field, gorgeous work, great answers to good questions, great comments. You're going to walk into about 35, maybe 3,600 people dying to see your work and give you a great compliment on it. It's one of the few places I don't think I've ever seen a negative comment on there. Hallelujah for the leather crafters. Great people. Probably all the glue we're breathing. But yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? Anyway, all right. So the fan page, right off the bat, and I had to bring this one up. Andrew Perry, I couldn't believe the welcome I had on the Facebook page. Sums it up, doesn't it? That sums it up, y'all. Thank you for all the help and great comments there. Let's see. Melanie Faber's got a brown and tan purse, top-notch professional work. A great thing about the fan page is we get great ideas. There are projects on there I never thought of. Never crossed my mind. Let's see, Eric Grotner having a good time making the cool little charms. Oh, he's got some of the coolest little charms. He's got a question on there. I didn't have time today to answer that, but see if anybody can drop in a good answer for Eric. Kevin's got a gorgeous wallet, beautiful stamp work. Really nailing it on that. Okay, here's one we got. I just keep going back to this one. Let's see, Ricardo Yaskoa. He's got a tree of life on there that is spectacular. It is paint, tooling, unbelievable. First off, I love the tree of life. Well, I've never attempted that, but I'm dying to. I've seen one, and this one with the Celtic knot work is unbelievable. Anyway, take a look at that. Work to aspire to. Which leads me to my last. Peter Main. He is my hero. He is the one I absolutely look up to in leathercraft. He's posted a pic. Wow, that's what we can aspire to. That level of work. He's talking about a modeling spoon. Big help to us. But he's taken that modeling spoon so much further than I ever considered. Peter, if you're listening, thank you so much for all the work you do, and thanks for posting that. Means more than you know, it really does. All right, so let's see. Let's jump back over here. Rafaela, hello, right back. Ironheart Workshop. Mendocino, California. Very cool to have you. The other side of the country. Glad you're with us. Miguel Enriquez. Thank you for being with us. Miguel, thank you for being with us. I think, okay, the reason I say it, Peter just lost Chuck, video and audio. Let me jump down here, see if our comments, let me jump down to the end. I think we're okay. Sometimes it may be local. Yeah, okay, Leather Mule. All right, yeah, I jumped down. I skipped a bunch of them, y'all. I'll back up here. Leather Mule of Colonial Beach, Virginia. How about a catalog from Weaver? Working on it. We are working on that one. I haven't gotten an update, but last I heard, we're working on that. And that, to me, I love a catalog. I love a catalog. And we've probably talked about when I get it in the mail, it's almost like I now have something to look forward to this evening. I'll actually set it aside, and until I'm ready to look at that catalog, I think in the back of my mind, I got something to look forward to. I got something to look forward to. And just leafing through a catalog. It ain't a website. A website cannot give you what a catalog does. I love them. So we're working on them. We're working on it right now. Let's see. Okay, Rob Scroggins. I'm Ricky Bird. Check out Holsters for Handguns group on Facebook. Great info and patterns. There you go. More specific to holsters. Very nice. Let's see. Oh, Ricky Bird got the Taurus Judge. Big gun. Big gun. Oh, Lee Ross. Lee, that's one of the coolest ideas I've ever heard. Keeping all the tools I have started off with, as I replace item, putting them aside, just in case I came across someone who wants to give leathercraft a try, will cost them $0 to give it a shot. Lee, that's about one of the coolest things I think I've ever heard. Great planning, but what a great thing. You come across somebody who wants to give it a start, no cost involved. And in fact, in leathers, it's kind of inexpensive to get rolling on it, unlike a lot of the other crafts out there. And again, I'll say it, I think leather is the one medium that can make the most amount of items. I'm pretty sure that's true. I haven't been contradicted on that yet, but I think so. I think we can make the most items out of leathercraft. And we've talked about this. Where we are technologically, long time ago, we figured out that if we could protect our feet with leather, we could walk further, we could walk faster. Cooler point, we've got a material that now we can carry more things than we could just carry in our hands. How about that? And if that's not enough, now we can live in colder climates. How about that? Leather may very well be the one medium that is the reason we are where we are. I've heard that about paper, about linen paper as well. See if I can remember this. Don't hold me to this, but somewhere around the time of the Gutenberg press, paper was difficult and time consuming to make. Well, the rag person, the rag gatherer, they made a living off collecting rags, right? A lot of the linens, the ladies' undergarments, a lot of the linens would end up, well, they figured out that they could use the linens to help make paper. Changed the whole thing. Paper now was available and affordable. Don't hold me to that exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly right. I think that's right. Let's see. Now I'm actually going backwards, and this is weird. Oh, Mark Watts. Wise words there, Chuck. I started with a beginner kit from Amazon, and most of it has now got a forever home in the landfill. There's some crappy work. There's some crappy stuff out there, and I don't know if I have it. I'm looking for one of my tools. Let me see if this is it. Nope, sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. We got in some samples when we were looking at tools. This was like 5 years ago, not long after I joined the company. We were looking at tools, and I noticed the head on it. It was like a smooth bevel. Was not a smooth bevel. Looks like it'd been across sandpaper. So just not. I'm sitting in the meeting, and I'm playing with the tool. And I did it. I actually bent that tool with my hands. Do you believe? What kind of metal can you bend with your hands? Right? There's some crap out there. Not at Weaver. That's exactly right. Give us a call. We'll take care of you. In fact, our new stamp tools. Where are we on top? Almost 3:45. I thought it was like 10 after. Again, I'm thinking, oh, we got plenty of time. We got to talk. Yeah, get me to talk about leather isn't really the problem. Tricks get me to shut up. Anyway, okay. Yeah, Jim Jenkins. Is it possible? Great thought. Is it possible for someone to video one of the leather shows with vendor interviews and put on YouTube? I would love to do that. I've always wanted to do that. But like with Dragon Con, I'm by myself. I've videoed one of the panels, most of the panels, but my camera, memory card and battery, really not going to do a full panel. So it's not great, okay, well, here's the first half of the panel, and you can't, I do a lot of these by myself, but when we do a show like we did in Waco, there's only 3 of us in the booth. You kind of go bare minimum on employees. So it's kind of hard to do that. It's kind of hard to do that. Blade show, same thing. It's a packed show. There's only 3 of us. There really should be 4 or 5 of us doing a show like that. But the company, we need to keep expenses under control. I'd love to do that. And every show I ever do, I look at my camera and think, I need to grab my camera and we need to do exactly that. So, you know what? Excellent comment. Now that you brought it up, we need to put some more thought into it. We need to put some more thought into it because you're exactly right. What a great thing. For those of us that can't get to the show, give us a peek at the show. Let's talk. I mean, you see some big names at these shows. These are folks I'm honored to be around and to get like Peter Main. I'm just honored to be there with them. So, good point, Jim. Very good point. I'm going to put a little bit more thought into that. So thanks for bringing that up. With that in mind, Tobias Williams, Toledo, Ohio. Tobias, I hope you're doing good. Good to see your name. It's good to see everybody's name. Okay, Pam Watson. Pam, it sounds like we've had all right. Anyway, the comment, my friend said I can't feed my poultry or cattle post-op and I can't stamp leather, but by week 2, it should be able to draw a knife. Pam, I'm going to back up, but I'm not because I'll never find it until we're not on. You ever try to find, you're staying with somebody, you want to show them a picture on your phone, you never find it. When you're sitting at home by yourself, picture pops right up. Yeah, anyway. Hey, Julian Angon. Idea, raffle off free shipping. Could help with the hardware you forgot when you ordered the stuff you didn't need right then. You're exactly right. That's a good call. Yeah, okay. Ready to start shooting. I've spent half a fortune on tools, especially the stamp tools. I know. At our auction one year, there was a little rubber band batch of stamp tools, and there was a microphone and a guitar and like a music note. I've never used these. I don't have anything. I still had to buy them. I still bought those. Or maybe I can't remember. It was at the auction, so I was working the auction. Anyway, you can't have enough tools. I didn't make that rule. I'm just the messenger, right? Yeah. Okay. So, but I did hear a great line. Killing the messenger sends a message, right? Don't kill the messenger, right? Yeah. Kill the messenger. It does send a message. Let's see. Gob Sauce. Oh, great name there. Any advice for making replica holsters? I don't. That's not really my specialty. But again, we found out on Facebook we've got. Oh, there's got to be a group that deals with the period holsters, and replicas. Absolutely. Look around, Gob Sauce. But if you find something, let us know. Big group of people. Love to hear what you find. And that goes for all of us too. Any cool little trick or tip that we find, drop it here or drop it on the fan page. 3,500 people are going to get the benefit of your knowledge or your trick or your research or your experimenting. There's no telling how far that's going to go. Who knows who that will help out. And that's one of the fan page has got so many angles to it that we never saw coming. Great things. I'm Night for today. Spastic Geek, y'all, means more than you know. Thank you for taking care of that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Is this Keel McIntyre? I hope that's right. If it's not, please excuse me. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, right back from all of us. Real quick question. I'm looking into pull-up leather. Do I need to put a top coat on it, or is it ready to go? It's ready to go. Yeah. Pull-up leather typically is stuffed with either waxes, tallows, and or oils. So no, you're good to go. Typically, if there's an oil in there, oil resists everything. I try to avoid oils, absolutely. But it's probably going to resist a top coat. But no, pull-ups, typically ready to go. All right, so let's see. $350. How does this go by so fast? customer service. We keep talking about this. Now, we're going to try to talk customer service as it pertains to us. Just not a big, you know, I'm not going to preach customer service on a corporate. No, how it pertains to us. If you're new to leathercraft, don't feel like you got to jump out and create a website and do. You don't. Keep it for yourself. Absolutely, you and friends. But if you want to make a little money, you can do it. And we see this almost every live, and particularly on the fan page. I think I've seen 3 people in the last week that said, "I'm now doing this full time." How cool is that, right? You can make a little money on the side. You can sell a couple of things at work. One time, when I worked at the radio station, I was in a big office building and there was a big lobby. I noticed somebody I think was selling. This was a long time ago. So excuse my memory. I've struggled with yesterday. I saw somebody had a table set up and they were selling something. I asked the building manager, "Hey, could I do that?" They said, "Sure." So I took in a bunch of leather products. I don't remember how much I sold. I don't really remember, but I sold some cool stuff. I had some, some of the, just lost a word. Those things, whatchamacallits. Yeah, technical term, industry term. Those things. Anyway, we'll get to this. I keep looking over here. But anyway, there's all kinds of ways you can make a little bit of money. You can make enough, to pay for your materials, do some of the fair, like crafts. Chris Gould has started to do some small craft fairs. Bridget is doing a bunch of fairs. You can have a blast with this. You can make as much as you want out of it. Anyway, the point is customer service. There's just a couple of tricks to this. One of them is our shows. Now, doing the little craft fairs, absolutely, they're a blast. You meet some great people. But what springs from these is this. First off, you're meeting people around you. Your booth neighbors, and you're always fun to have good booth neighbors. But they'll fill you in on what shows are good, what shows are not good. Traffic. How is the show advertised? That's a big point. I did a show one time. It's the first time they did this show. It's now a big show. First time we did it, Saturday night, no kidding. We only did enough sales to where we could either get dinner or we could get a hotel room. We ate at a big buffet and slept in the truck at a truck stop. It's just, these things happen. They happen. But you'll hear about this from other vendors. Also, you'll get the point of a show, and I've said this, and I hope this is not tedious or boring. The point of doing a show is not the money you make at a show. It's hard not to look at that because you go home with a pocket of cash, right? The bigger point to a show is getting your name out there, is just letting people know you're there first and foremost, because from that, people are going to order from you throughout the year and not just at the show. But I really think the biggest point is your personality. You get to meet folks. A website's not going to do that for you. Somebody's not going to go, "Oh, I remember that website was real friendly." Nope, they're not. But they're going to remember you. They're going to remember your passion, your quality. Now, here's another point for shows. And again, don't expect the first time to do your show to be an explosion. It could be. We'll pray for that. Absolutely. But I've heard this time and time and time again from other vendors. It's the second time you do that show because psychologically, the people that are there, well, now you're the real thing. You're not a fly-by-night that's bouncing around. You're the real thing. You've got credence with these folks. But in my opinion, there's another point to that. People will see your product, and I do this. They'll see something, they'll think, "Man, I'd love to buy that." Nah, I'm not going to spend them. Well, you know what? They've had a year to think about it. Now, this time, they're going to buy it and I do the same thing. And we all do this. It's not me. We all do this. We see something unique, something different, piece of leather. Well, it's not on sale. Or it's not really in the budget. You know what? I'll think about that for 2 months. I should have bought that. I should have bought that when I was there. Now I've got great projects I would love, and it's gone. It's no longer there. It was a one-off piece or an odd lot. It's gone. How many times have we all done that through our life? The older I get, the more I know this, right? So, but with the customers, a small website or that's a great way to go. And it's pretty easy to set up just a small website. But the point here is when you start talking to your customers, an odd thing happens. They start to become friends. They started to become friends. Now, with my little business, what I would do is I had a notebook, and I had a sheet for every customer. Nothing weird, just mailing a shipping address, phone number, probably their credit card. But what I do is every time I talk to them, we love to talk. We love to talk. Somebody would say, "Oh, my wife was in the hospital," or my daughter got married, or any of a million different things. I jot that down. Next time I talk to that customer, say, "Well, how's your wife doing?" Every time you'll get it, they hesitate. Well, she's doing fine. You just made a friend. You've thought about them. You've gone to the trouble to ask them about themselves. You now have a customer for life. You've got a customer that will always remember you. Write down anything you hear from your customer, because what's happening is they're turning into a friend. And it's genuine. It's not BS. We're not BSing our way into, oh, I heard so and so. No, we become friends with these customers. We got a customer for life. Absolutely. And that's the biggest point of customer service. But it's also listening. And again, we're not going to go miles on this. But I started off, but let's do this, because I brought this up last week. When I joined Weaver, I hope this is worth listening to. I hope it's worth your time, because we're at 3:56. Anyway, short story long. When I started Weaver, I had to buy all my own equipment. I work in Atlanta, and Weaver was kind enough to let me work from home for a number of great reasons. But I had to buy all my equipment. So I went to one of the big box stores. Not a single person in that store said hello. Not a word. In fact, employees, and I saw this, no kidding, not exaggerating, employees would walk by me and they'd avert their eyes. I'm obviously looking. They don't have the time. They're going to break. Walk by another area. There's got to be 6 or 8 people standing around this cubicle laughing, cutting up. I know there were managers in there, because there was one guy in a suit, right? Not a thought to me. Okay. Maybe they're just, so I went to that. I went to another location, same store, same chain. Do you know that the only person that said anything to me in both of those massive stores was one person, and they said goodbye. As I was leaving, somebody at the front said goodbye. I said, yeah, forever. So I went to another store, fed up, went to Fry's. Love them. Big store. So big, they've got a Starbucks inside, right? I walked into the electronics, or it's all electronics. So I guess I walked into the camera area. Guy went shaboom. Almost scared me a little bit. Ezekiel. Do you believe I still remember his name? Okay, here's what he did. What are you looking for? What are you doing? Right off the bat. That's all we need to ask our customer. What are you looking for? Technically, really, what are you doing and what's your budget? And I think that was his first 2 questions. They've always been mine. To date, I have not replaced equipment. He set me up so well. I'm still using the cameras, the software, the tripods. Now the lighting I got somewhere else. And along the way, I went to a wireless mic. A wireless mic and a tripod is all I've bought since. I mean, how great is that for my company? No money in replacing equipment. Ezekiel set me up. So that's the point here. If we listen to our customer and we kind of ask a few questions, don't hesitate to say your budget, but ask it, in an easy way. What are you comfortable with? What's your budget? What are you looking for? And what are you using this for? Okay, here's the opposite to that. One more quick story. When I joined Weaver, I bought a new suit. I went into an Atlanta chain, been here forever, went right in, and the guy just was all over me. I'm going to make you look. Here's what he was saying. I'm going to make you look good. I'm going to show you the suit that you got to buy. This is going to make you. Never once ask me, are you going to a funeral? Is it for a job interview? Why do you need a suit? And secondly, he never asked me what my budget is. Here's why. He took me straight to the $900 suits. Oh, they were awful. I'm not going with a black and white houndstooth jacket. I don't want to look like a clown, right? And here's the kicker. If you buy one of these suits, you get the next one half off. So I got to spend $1,500 here. I was like, no, not going to do it. Let us look around. Evidently, the manager comes over, and I see where this guy's sales technique comes from. The manager walks over. This guy is in a black and white pinstripe suit with black and white wingtip shoes. He looks like he stepped out of the 30s. And I wanted to say, hey, dude, the 30s called. They want their fashion back. How much you want to pay for this suit? I'm going to sell you this suit. It was a total barrage. I left. I'm never going back. They simply did not take the time. Their mind is on their commission. I got no part in this. How much are they? No. I'm a nut for customer service. So let's talk to our customers. And again, I hope this is worth our time. I've got all kinds of notes here, but I'm probably not going to go into a lot of this. But one of the things that also really irritates me later today, and you're probably the same way. I know I'm talking and the brain's not keeping up. A lot of large companies have determined that if they don't have to pay people to talk to us, they make a higher profit margin. Right, with the websites, right? They don't have to pay customer service people. They make more money. Here's the problem. They're actually shooting themselves in the foot because personality, first off. But secondly, upselling. This is a tried and true over and over. A website can't do this. It won't. You could always spin out other people have bought blah, blah. No, but you know what? If I'm talking to somebody, and particularly a customer, I'm not going to go all out and thinking of my commission. But if somebody says, hey, I'm going to buy this bottle of dye, well, you know what? Naturally, hey, how you doing on daubers? Do you need some sponges? How you doing on rags? Do you need some brush? You know what? I'm just tossing out things out there, and I guarantee if you do it in a genuine way, you're going to double your sale. So therefore, the folks at these companies that think they're just as smart as they can be by cutting out customer service, they're actually shooting themselves in the foot. If you don't want to pay somebody to talk to me, I'll find somebody that will. We probably agree on that one, right? And I'll remember that. If it's a good CS person, I'm going to remember them. I had now become a loyal customer simply because somebody took the time to talk to me and to ask me what I'm thinking about. What do I need? What do I want? What's my budget? What can I go with? All right. So anyway, even if you're a small business or you know what, you're just starting out in leather, tuck that away. Tuck that away. I hope it's worthwhile information. I really do. We've all had the bad customer service experience, right? Boy, do those stick out like a sore thumb, right? My wife, I had a bad experience at a fast food restaurant in 1991, and I've never been back. There's about 6 companies I won't ever go to ever again. But if we put a little personality, we love our craft. We're passionate about our craft. You spend 2 minutes talking to somebody, they're going to remember us and they're going to buy stuff from us. I hope that, because again, the only bad buys is advice. Okay. Now, we won't be here next week, but the following week, we're going to go into sales. I have got some time. And again, this is not for the big corporate, no, it pertains specifically to us. You'll be surprised. Here's one of the points. And my dad was a salesman, top notch, best ever, sold corporate jets, quality salesman. When he opens his mouth, gold comes out. Here's one of the things that he always told me. To make a sale, we've got to have 3 things. First off, the customer has to have the need or the want. Secondly, they have to have the finances to purchase. Third, they got to make the decision to purchase. Those are the 3 things that have to happen to make a sale. We'll talk a little bit about that because I got some funny stories on that one too. That is just great. He's got some stories you wouldn't believe that ended up in a sale. We'll talk more about that. But anyway, all right. Man, we're already after 4. Let's do this so I can keep my job. Notes from the boss. So we talked about, all right. So we've got the sale next week. Chuck 10 is the promo code, 10% off site wide. Again, a big thanks to my boss. This was her idea. It absolutely was. So Chuck 10% off from September 13th through the 17th. We've still got a hardware sale going on. Why does my nose always itch? You always hear if your ear itches, somebody's talking about you. What is it when your nose itches? I don't even want to go there. All right. Anyway, okay, there is a big giveaway launching tomorrow. Check out our social media and website for details. I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to have to check in on that. Let's see. Okay. Last item. We'll wrap it up. Product of the week. And I'm going to bring this up simply because I've seen a bunch of questions lately from people that want to start doing a little tooling. You'll love it. Tooling does not have to be Sheridan over every. We can tool something just a little corner design and it's going to be beautiful. We can do just a simple cross and it's going to be beautiful. Anyway, so tool product of the week. This is our beginner tooling set. Now, in all honesty, not the best quality tools ever. They're fine. In fact, I still will use this swivel knife if that's at hand. But the best part of this, and I'm not kidding, the book that comes with it. This is great. Literally a step-by-step tutorial on exactly how you want to cut, how you want to bevel, edge, background. That itself is worth every penny of this kit. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up. That's our product of the week. If you want to get a feel for tooling, jump over that. As you progress, you can add some more tools, jump up on your swivel knife, go from a mallet to a maul, all kinds of ways you can go, but that'll give you a great start, and those tools are going to last. Absolutely. All right. So, y'all, we're going to wrap it up. I feel like I'm taking up everybody's time, but it's just, you know what? It's been a pleasure. I love, and I'm sorry I'm not going to be here next week, y'all. Again, going to try to get a little vacation. It's either take vacation or go nuts. And I'm still kind of on the fence on that one. I'm still working on the decision, but anyway, going to get a week off, try to go get some beach and some seafood in. But y'all, it has been a pleasure. Let me jump down here to the end because I just walked away from the comments, y'all. And you know what? Night for today. Chick-fil-A doesn't sell chicken. They sell customer service. You know what? That's about the most true statement I think I've ever heard. I love Chick-fil-A. Love their sandwiches. Love their nuggets. Love their waffle fries. I don't think I've ever been in a Chick-fil-A that I didn't walk out smiling. And you know, when I ran the retail store for our competitor, love them. I wanted two things. I wanted people to leave my store with a bag and a smile. How easy is that? You know what? If you can pull that off, you're going to nail it every time. But you're exactly right. Y'all, it has been an absolute pleasure. I don't want to stop. Y'all. Oh, what is that one? The Horton David. Y'all, great comments. I can't wait to read every one of these. But y'all have a great evening. It's, the high point of my week, and I hope y'all feel the same way. And if you do, I'm absolutely honored because y'all make this what it is. You absolutely do. It's a pleasure to spend the time with y'all. Hope y'all have a great evening. Hope you have a great second half of your week. We're on the downhill side, aren't we? Weekend coming up, but you know what? Love y'all. Blessings to each and every one of you, no matter where you are on this big, beautiful world. And if you got some people close by, get in touch, form a little group. That's an awful lot of fun. Yeah. Y'all, it's a pleasure. I'm going to leave this open for just a couple of minutes after we shut down. Drop in anything you want to, but high point of my week. Y'all, I hope you have something good on your work table. We'll see you not next week, but the following week. We'll be back. We'll have some great stuff to talk about, some great stuff to look at. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot. And because we were talking about the shows, doing your little shows, I just thought this was funny. I've done a few shows. I've done a few shows. So that's one of the only points where I feel like I have confidence that it is good advice. And so I probably tend to roll on that a little more than I should. But anyway, love y'all more than you know. Makes my day to see these comments just blasting in. The downside is I can't answer every one of them, and I hate that. But nonetheless, y'all have a great second half of your week. I'll look forward to seeing you 2 weeks minus 1 hour away. I'm going to live for it. Y'all take care. Thanks so much for making this what it is. You see, I don't want to leave. I don't want to stop talking, but y'all, good luck with your projects. Been a pleasure. Absolutely has. So bye, y'all.